Okay, so as per my understanding, like most of you are from different background, and few of you are fresher also, and you are preparing for MuleSoft from different resources. Okay, and you want to get you want to crack MuleSoft interview. So that is my assumption. Maybe some of you are in from MuleSoft background only, and you also want some like glimpse how you can prepare for MuleSoft interview. Okay, so like I have total 7 year of experience in integration background. So I worked for Oracle integration, and I worked for MuleSoft integration also. Okay, so I will share my experience, like how and what kind of question I am getting, and how I prepared for MuleSoft. Okay, so here I have created one small notes to like I can present all the topic. Okay, so let's start with learning part first. Like before going to interview, you should have good knowledge of MuleSoft. So I have collected few resources where you can get good content about MuleSoft, and as per my like understanding, since I know there in market there are many integration technology like Delbumi, then TIBCO, Oracle integration, then other are, I think for Google also we have some integration technology. Okay, so in market we have lots of integration technology, but in MuleSoft we have very good learning curve. Okay, so why I am saying MuleSoft has very good learning curve, so you will come to know here. So first we'll see like how we can learn MuleSoft in depth. So we have multiple resources. First one is YouTube. Okay, so if you go to YouTube, you will find like lots of video series provided by many good you can say they all are working only, but they have provided very good content about MuleSoft. Okay, like they have covered component wise, many of them have covered small project. Okay, so if you go to YouTube simply, so I know like few good instructor there. Okay, if you want you can search by their name, or you can directly search MuleSoft. Okay, and like you will get multiple video series about MuleSoft. Okay, they have given in-depth knowledge, but you have to choose which one is best for you. Okay, so for everyone like I will not say like some if someone like this particular series, other person will also like this particular series. So the way of teaching and the way of understanding may be different for different people. Okay, so there are multiple video series, you can go with anyone. Okay, first try to go with two video of each video series, and then you identify which one like you are getting perfectly. Okay, and then complete that video series, and you can cover 2-3 video series also, like we have multiple trainer here in YouTube. Second thing, what I will suggest, like you can avoid Udemy. So whatever trainer they are available on Udemy, same trainer available on YouTube, and I think on YouTube they have given more content compared to Udemy. So if you are buying any course from Udemy, then you are wasting your money. Okay, so that's why I will suggest, like I means what I observe, I haven't visited Udemy too much, but whatever I have means observed, whatever trainer you will find on Udemy, same trainer you will find on YouTube also, and in YouTube they have given more content compared to Udemy. Okay, so I will suggest go to YouTube instead of Udemy. Here you have to pay some amount. Okay, here you will get everything free of cost. Okay, now second thing, so for MuleSoft learning you will get multiple free courses also provided by MuleSoft itself. Okay, so where you will get these free courses, go to MuleSoft training website, training.mulesoft.com, go to courses, and here you can see we have multiple options. Select this self-paced free one. Okay, So here you can see we have 4 cores. Out of 4 you can skip this one, since Mule 3 no one using nowadays. There are few couple of projects still there, but it's very rare you will get Mule 3 project. So I will suggest complete this 3 training. Okay, they have mentioned 5-day, 1-day training and 2-day training. This one is really a good training. Okay, you can complete this training and you will learn a lot. But before this, what I will suggest, since this training a bit theoretical way, so before this I will suggest go with any YouTube trainer. First complete that one, then jump on this part. Okay, then you will able to understand everything. If you will start from this and then you will go to YouTube, here they have covered most, means they have covered most in theoretical way. Practically also they have covered, but the way of explanation is a bit different. What I observe, maybe for other person you can find this one easy, but what I observe, if you go on YouTube first and then if you come here, then you will get good understanding and you will get very good knowledge here. Only thing, they haven't covered from very basic. That's why I am suggesting first go on YouTube, then come here and complete all these 3 training. Okay, these 3 training are really good and you will get lots of content from here. So I have mentioned all these 3 training here. Okay, I will share this document at the end of this meeting. Okay, now if someone is very from non-technical background and they want to learn MuleSoft, maybe they will not able to understand from YouTube and this course, then you can take any private trainer. Okay, but I will suggest actually what I observe, don't go for in trap of any Hyderabad institute. Maybe many of you are from Hyderabad but what I observe, actually I also given few training to few students and many students came from Hyderabad and they told they just looted their money. Okay, so that's why I will suggest if you want to trick, then try to take some personal trainer instead of taking from Hyderabad institute. They will just waste your money. Okay, if you are planning to take from Hyderabad institute, then I will suggest go with YouTube and MuleSoft training. If you go here, you are just wasting your money. Okay, you can take any private trainer. There are multiple trainer who are working in MuleSoft and they as a part-time they are giving training also. Okay, you can connect with them and you can take from them. That will be more suitable and they will give you in-depth knowledge. They will take from very beginning and here they will just complete your course. Okay, so either select this option and or go to these 2 options if you really don't want to waste your money. Okay, now a part of that, once you will complete this 3 part, whatever is suitable for you, once you will complete this 3, then you follow this MuleSoft document. This one is very good documentation provided by MuleSoft. Here you will get in-depth knowledge of everything. Okay, so let me open this what document I am mentioning here. Even whenever I am facing any problem, I am referring this document. Okay, but why I haven't suggested this document at the top, since this document, as a beginner you will not able to understand everything from this document. Okay, this is a bit of you can say high level only. Here you will not get everything from scratch. Okay, that's why once you will complete all these 3 part, whatever required for you, okay, then you will go for this MuleSoft doc. Okay, in MuleSoft doc you can see there are multiple sections where you will get detail of each component and everything. So for API manager they have documentation, for API kit they have documentation, but as a developer if you want to learn development thing, then you will go to this Mule runtime. Okay, here you will get detail about MuleSoft component, data weave, deploy Mule application, performance tuning, so all those kind of thing. So as a developer, if you want to kickstart in this document, then you should start from this Mule runtime section. Okay, so this one will be your first section. Okay, now in this actually many of you are facing problem in data weave. Okay, so for data weave nowhere you will get detailed knowledge. Even if you will follow anyone YouTube channel, then they will take 2 to 3 sessions, and in 2 to 3 sessions it's a very difficult to cover all the component of DataWeave, everything whatever we have in DataWeave. So for DataWeave I will suggest this one. DataWeave language is a best tutorial available on internet. Okay, here you will get complete in-depth knowledge of DataWeave. Okay, so if you will extend, you will get about like and they have created sequential. Okay, so step by step you follow everything, you will get in-depth knowledge, and whatever interview question you are getting, most of the question you will get from very beginning only. For example, let me show you. If like many of you have already given interview, then most of you have faced a question related to map function, plug function, see plug value, map function, read file. In first page only you will get like 1-2 interview question, what they means, what interviewer will ask, and slowly like try to complete all the DataWeave portion from here, but it will take like too much time. It's not very small, it's a kind of one programming language, so whatever time you will take to learn C programming or Java programming, means similarly that much of time it will take. Okay, so I will suggest for DataWeave, don't try to cover in like 1 week or 2 days. Try to dedicate 1 hour every day and try to complete this in 1 month. Okay, in 1 month you will able to complete entire DataWeave concept. Okay, once you will have this DataWeave concept, then at the time of development you will face lots of comfort. Okay, so in like whenever you will work in project, you have to do lots of operation in DataWeave. Even if you will not remember all the if you will not remember all the syntax, at least try to see what all capability MuleSoft DataWeave have. Okay, so what all things we can do using DataWeave. If you will know that, then whenever you will face challenge, you can Google it and you can find that particular component and you can see their syntax. Okay, so what I will suggest, go through complete DataWeave section and at least try to understand what DataWeave can do. Okay, if you can't remember syntax, that's fine. Whenever you will face that scenario, search here, go there and see syntax and write there. Okay, but at least you should know like for this particular thing we have something in DataWeave. For example, I want to concat to string, so for that we have plus function in DataWeave. So you should know like there is something in DataWeave. So once you will Google it, you will get solution. Like so whatever challenge you will get, you will search and you will get on Google. You have to use plus. But you should know like we have something in DataWeave. Okay, that's why I will suggest try to go through all the DataWeave component at least once. Now we will come to interview preparation. Anyone has any doubt till this point? Anything you want to know, like how you will learn? So this, like if you will complete all these 4 modules, then I think at the end you will have very good knowledge in MuleSoft. Okay, I missed one
Yeah,
thing.
you're good. Move on.
Yeah, so I missed one thing. You can join MuleSoft meetup also. Okay, so for this let me show you where you will get meetup detail. So for this, go to Google and search
You're talking
MuleSoft.
about the Meetup app.
No, it's a different. MuleSoft meetup is a kind of event. So nowadays it's going virtual, but after few days, like once corona situation will be good, then it will be like face to face. So you can go to meetup.mulesoft.com.
Like I heard about it, and is there anything to discuss in this meeting? Or just conflict and was that?
Sorry.
Like I heard about this meet, but can we just sit and listen, or can we need to discuss anything with them?
No, no, actually, okay, let me explain. So first let me explain, then you can ask whatever query you have.
Okay.
So go to
Ravi,
meetup,
will be there recording of these meetups?
this meetup or whatever we are taking right now.
No, but this meetup, not every meetup in meetupmillshop.com. No, will be there recording of that meetups.
You can find on YouTube. They will not provide every recording in their in this page, but you will get on YouTube. Okay, so you need to
Okay.
search. You will get many. I think one lady is there. So
I seen in your YouTube page there will be recording of this your YouTube meetups.
yeah, in my
Ravi?
page, just give me 1 minute. Okay, I forgot her name.
I think Alexander.
YouTube. Okay. No, actually there is one official channel also. You will get, yeah, see, MuleSoft Meetup 2020. Like this, you will get multiple channel, and you can see recording also. Okay, so here generally they covered like different topic and component. So this one is also very good learning curve. Okay, so here also you can learn many things about MuleSoft. So whenever you will see this
Is it
kind
free?
of, yeah, free only. Like okay, let me give you detail. So this one first, like if you missed any meetup, then you can find recording here in YouTube. Okay, and about this event. Okay, so once you will open this meetup.mulesoft.com, go to upcoming event. Okay, now you can see this meetup, this event are coming soon. This will be on May 26, but you can see language is different. So this one is, I think, Mexican language. Try to find Indian language or English language, like English only, not Indian. So like this meetup is about custom policy. Okay, you can go to view detail and you can do RSVP. Okay, once you will do RSVP, then you will get one invitation, and once this meeting will start, so you check your time and all. Okay, this one is 6 p.m. EDT, so most probably it will be night time for India. If you are able to join, then only do registration, otherwise don't waste seat for other. Okay, if you will do registration and if you will not join, then means once all the capacity will fill, other will not able to register. So first check whatever topic they are going. So if you are very beginner, then I will suggest don't go for this topic. So this one is a bit complex topic. So there will be many like easy topic also. So what I am planning, means what I am trying to say, don't waste seat for other. If everyone will do registration, so they used to keep 100 or 200 seat. If you are not joining and you are capturing this seat, then it's not good. But first what I will say, first see what topic they are going to cover. If that topic is relevant to you, then check date and timing, if this timing is suitable for you, and check detail also, language and all. If everything fine for you, then do RSVP. Then you will get link to join this meetup, or at that particular date and time, once you will come to this page, you will get join link, join option here. You will click on join option and you will enter inside meeting. This meetup is completely free. Okay, and at the end of this meetup, generally they used to play some event also. Once you will win that event, you will get some gift voucher, like training, MuleSoft training voucher. Okay, but for that you have to fight. Actually there will be multiple candidate, maybe 50, 100 candidate, and they will, at the end of this meeting, they will ask few questions based on this particular topic. Okay, if you will answer correctly in lesser time, then you may win that particular training voucher. Okay, now if anyone have any doubt in this particular, then let me know. So all
Good.
yeah, okay, okay, fine. So now next.
Ravi? Hello?
Yes, say.
Nowadays I seeing MuleSoft Connect Emma is I seeing in mail. What is that?
MuleSoft Connect, actually they used to organize, I think 4 time in a year or 2 time in a year. Okay, that there actually they talk about MuleSoft product. Okay, so most of the thing they will talk about MuleSoft product. So as a beginner, like I will suggest don't go for that, it's a waste of time. But if you have MuleSoft knowledge and you want to know more about product, then I will suggest you go for that. But if you are completely beginner, then go for MuleSoft Meetup, not MuleSoft Connect. Okay, this one is good for MuleSoft beginner. Okay, here you will get very like few very simple topic also, which you can digest and you can understand, like cache on Mule. So this one is very good component in MuleSoft, and as a beginner also you can understand. But this again, this is in a different language, so don't reserve seat here. So check which one is in English language. See, this one is also in Spanish language, and they have mentioned like at the end of event you 3 voucher they will distribute. Okay, so don't know, most of the event running in different language, but you can find. So this one is Kochi event. Okay, MuleSoft integration with ELK and Grafana. So this one you can join. Okay, so in this way you can like migrate Java related Mule 3 code to Mule 4. Okay, in this way there will be multiple meetups. You can join meetup and you can like gain some knowledge, and even if you will be lucky, then you can get training voucher and you can attend any MuleSoft paid training. Okay, if you go in course, if you will want that voucher, then you can opt for any this training, paid training. Okay, fine. So till this point, whatever we discuss about learning in MuleSoft. Now we'll discuss about interview. Okay, so most of you are for this purpose only, like how to prepare for MuleSoft interview. Okay, and my assumption is like you have started your career in MuleSoft. Most of you know like MuleSoft, what is MuleSoft, and you have done some POC and all, but you want to crack interview. Sorry, someone saying something. Everyone can mute yourself. Yeah. Okay. Now, so in interview, what all things I can see someone is unmuted. Can you mute yourself if someone is not muted? Okay. So in interview, what all things you need to consider and how you will prepare, we will discuss now. So first, like when your interview will start, they will ask about your introduction. Okay, so you should have some good content about your current company and past company. Okay, no matter in which technology you worked. Nowadays actually like many company accepting all the candidates, no matter you are from Java background, you are from .NET background. If you know integration technology and if you learned MuleSoft, then they will consider your profile. So for example, Epicedo is there, so they clearly mention no matter you are from which technology, they will consider your profile in MuleSoft. So likewise we have many company, and why they are considering this way, like other technology profile also, since nowadays like MuleSoft is booming. Okay, there are lots of project and they have less resources. So in market we have very less resource for MuleSoft currently, and they have lots of project, so they are considering like any people from different technology also. But once you will have good knowledge of MuleSoft and you can like you will able to answer their question whatever they will ask, then like your chance of selection will be more. Okay, so for that how you will prepare I already told. Now how you will answer your question and what all things you need to be more focused, that I will explain here. Okay, so what I will suggest, like once you will create one once you will create one good introduction, after that you need to have experience in 2 MuleSoft project, no matter like it's a POC project or you worked in some company. If you are already working in MuleSoft, then you should have idea of 2-3 MuleSoft project. If you are from different background and you are planning to apply for company who are taking candidates from different background also, like Epicero or other company, then I will suggest do minimum 2 POC project. Okay, so actually I have already created one transport management system and it's available on YouTube. You can refer this project. Okay, once you will refer this project, you will have good understanding how you can develop a project in MuleSoft. After that, for second project, what you can do, if you are working in Java and .NET and all, where you are creating API and all, you can convert same project in MuleSoft. Okay, so wherever you are like using Spring Boot, or even for background technology like backend tech, not background, for backend technology, like there are many MuleSoft project where they are using MuleSoft as a backend technology. We can use Java also at that place, but they are using MuleSoft. Okay, so if you are working in Java and .NET and you are connecting with a different system and you are working as a backend developer, same project you can convert in MuleSoft. Okay, so what I will suggest, at least try to complete 2 projects, and for first project I will suggest you can go with this transport management what I have created and I have already shared on YouTube. So you can go and you can understand how you can do development and all. And for second project, you can follow all those things what I did here. So first create document. If you have a group of 3-4 people, then like, try to connect with them. And what you will do, first first understand your project and create some documents. Try to convert that project in by following this API LED architecture. I hope everyone know about this API LED architecture. So like whenever you are connecting with external system, then create system API. Whatever business logic you are applying in backend, put in process API, and to connect with experience system, create experience API. So whatever project you have in Java, .NET, you can convert in MuleSoft and you can create second project. Okay, if not, you can connect with me, maybe I will help you to create second project. Okay, so I have different source where I can help you to get this second project.
I have a
But
question.
yes, say.
The thing is, like, I have a work experience on Azure platform where I worked as a DevOps engineer. So how can I link Azure to
Okay, yeah,
MuleSoft?
for Azure and like for Azure it will be difficult, but whoever working in backend technology, they can easily do this. But if someone working,
So for me,
yeah, so in that case what I will suggest, like you can explore on internet, you will get any other backend project, or maybe you can get MuleSoft project also. You can take that project if you are like if you are working on DevOps kind of technology, then it will
so
be
I
very.
need to so I need to search as like MuleSoft connection to Azure and related to the projects, right?
Yes, means not Azure. Actually, you can't convert Azure project in a MuleSoft project. So you have to.
Actually, if you have idea on Logic Apps, you can convert that project to MuleSoft, since Logic Apps comes up integration platform only.
Yeah, so see what
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
are working on any integration technology like Dell Boomi, like any integration technology, then you can simply convert. If you are, even if you are working on Java, .NET, or any backend technology, then also you can convert. There are few technology, like if you are working in this database, then you can't convert your database project in MuleSoft. So in that case, you need to explore on internet, or maybe like you can connect with me. I will try to help you to get some project. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So to simply said, tell this MuleSoft is like a backend technology.
Yeah,
That we
MuleSoft is
create a backend and we can call the APIs in our front end using JavaScript and HTML, CSS.
yes. Actually, MuleSoft is capable to do both work, backend and integration work.
Integration, yeah, exactly. So it is a API management as well as integration platform.
Yes, correct. Okay, so if anyone like if you are getting this second project, then well and good. If you are not getting, then let me know. I will try to help you. on this part. Okay, and whatever I followed in first project, you can follow same way. Okay, and try to introduce some more thing. Actually here I haven't introduced those things. Try to introduce Jira here. Okay, like nowadays whatever project you will work, so everywhere like everyone following this agile approach. So Jira, Git, Bitbucket. Okay, try to include all those things. Okay, then it will be good for you. Okay, now once you will complete 2 projects, so see project wise they will definitely ask. Once you will complete your introduction, they will means their second question will be about project only. Okay, so you should have 2 project ready. Okay, and even if you will mention like this project I worked as a POC project, they will consider your profile, since nowadays there is too much demanded for MuleSoft in market. They are not getting resource. Okay, if you will put like you have 2 year of experience in MuleSoft and like you can join in 1 month, I can guarantee like you will get daily 4 to 5 call. So this kind of demand available in market, and they are offering good package also. Okay, so if you are from different technology, so many company considering, but you should have some knowledge of MuleSoft. So what I will suggest, complete 2 project and tell them like I did in as a POC project, and if you don't want, tell them I worked on real-time project. Okay,
What about US market, Ravi?
US, yeah, US I think better than India actually. In US also.
Yes, USR and Canada are having more jobs.
So actually I think yeah, for the MuleSoft actually US, India, then Europe side, UK, Europe side also.
Everywhere, even in Melbourne, Australia, market is like
Yeah,
booming.
yeah, it's booming.
Yeah,
Okay.
but here they ask like good experience like 8 years, 10 years, right? That's what
See,
I'm
8
telling.
year, 10 year they are expecting,
No.
but actually I know many of like previously I used to give training also, so I trained many people and they got job and they have only 1-2 year of experience in MuleSoft.
Like
Okay.
I updated my LinkedIn profile, so I'm getting nearly 5 every day 5 invitations from
Yeah, yeah.
like
In US, I think in US actually I have already trained 2-3 people in US and they got job also, and they have 2-3 year of experience. Okay.
Yeah. I was trying in Canada, but in Canada also I'm getting.
Yeah. Everywhere actually. For now I think MuleSoft is demanding everywhere, and they are unable to find resource.
The main thing is you just need to update our LinkedIn profiles. That's it.
Yeah. Means whatever portal they are like company like country wise. For in like India we have Naukri.com. In US maybe LinkedIn or some other job. This like similar to Naukri, there should be some job board there. So try to update your profile, and I think
Indeed and all.
Profile and update profile and connect more people. It will be very useful for you.
yeah, and even
Yeah,
you can.
indeed they are using.
Yeah, Indeed we use, but the thing is like in the LinkedIn, if you want to connect to X person whom we don't know, like they won't accept our request. That's the main thing. It is happening.
So you can use hashtag MuleSoft job or something. Your profile will be visible.
Good.
Means when
Okay.
you can make a post. I am looking for MuleSoft, and use hashtag MuleSoft developer. Then your profile will be visible in multiple places.
There are so many groups. Join them, and you can
Yeah.
easily get one.
And
Offer.
I think if you are in US, then easily you can manage. Actually, in US, actually it's like they are searching like anything. Okay.
In California, there are huge jobs. Try there.
Ishrant, I just want to connect you to in LinkedIn. So can I get your handle so that I can connect to you right now?
Sure. Yeah, I will share it in.
Because afterwards, you may be not recognized me and like you
Yeah,
are missing
yeah,
the
yeah.
project. Yeah, that's the reason.
Sure.
I'll send it right away.
Okay. So you can you can share your detail in chat. Okay, fine. So this about these 2 project I will discuss in detail once I will complete this. So I have created separate section for project. Okay, that I will discuss again. Okay, so as per my recommendation, you should have knowledge of 2 project, that can be POC project and that can be actual project. Okay, now based on like whatever situation you have, if you are from non-MuleSoft background, then create 2 POC project. Even if you will mention I worked on POC project, and if you will have good knowledge, they will consider your profile. Okay, and if you don't want to mention, it's up to you. Now once you will complete your project, on project they will do lots of discussion. Okay, so project part you should be more clear. Whatever you will mention, POC project or actual project, they will ask lots of question. What all question they will ask, so I mentioned at the end of this, so I will take in detail. Okay, and for first project what I told, okay, let me show you. If like most of you, like I think you have visited my this particular this one, MuleSoft transport management one. I already shared link. Here I have explained project from very beginning, like from requirement getting till end I have explained. You can follow this one, and using same way you can work on second project. Okay, fine. Now once you will complete your project part, they will ask about MuleSoft component. Okay, so in MuleSoft component you should have good knowledge of RAML. In RAML they will ask multiple questions. So what all things generally they ask in RAML, structure of RAML. Okay, then they will ask about this reusable component, so data type, traits. Okay, since these things are a bit difficult to explain in theoretical way, so what I will suggest, you can take example whenever you are explaining any of this component. Like as a definition it will be very difficult to explain. Okay, so like what I used to do, I used to take some example and I used to explain. Okay, so then fragment, resource. So these all components they will ask very frequently. Okay, and they will ask advantage, disadvantage, and what is this. So you should prepare this. Then second important thing, we have error handling. Okay, so in error handling they will ask component wise also, and they will give some scenario also. So for error handling you should have in-depth knowledge. Okay, this one is very critical part in MuleSoft. Okay, like if you are developing only happy path and you don't know error handling, then like your application is incomplete. Okay, how much focus you are giving for happy path, same focus you have to give for error handling scenario also. So they will ask like what is on error continue, on error propagate. Okay, so you should have good understanding of those two components, how to handle this business error. What is business error? Business error means if we are raising some error due to our business scenario. For example, we have business requirement like age should not, like whoever doing registration, their age should not be 18 years. So this is not a technical error. If user is providing age less than 18 years, so like you will not get any technical error, but you want to make this error scenario, then you have to raise business error. So to handle business error we have another component, that is raise error component. So they will ask this kind of question, and you should have idea of these error handler components. Okay, then third component, important component, we have DataWeave. Okay, in DataWeave they will definitely ask 2-3 questions. Okay, now in many places they will ask verbally they will ask, they will give some scenario and you have to answer them. And in many places, like what I observed, few company will ask you to share your screen and they will ask you to write code. At that time, like if you will go Anypoint Studio and you will create application and you will write, then it will take too much time. So for that we have one alternative, dwlang.fun. So this platform is created by MuleSoft itself. You can go to this platform. Okay, and you can even for learning also you can use. So what you can do here this side you can see, like you can take you can take any kind of payload, JSON payload or any payload, and you can paste payload as a input. Okay, this is your input. Here you will write your DataWeave code and here you will get output. Okay, so what we are doing here, as a input we have message hello world. So we have message 1, message 2 in message 1 and message 2 in request. I want to add these two, message 1 and message 2. Okay, so you can see result here. So whenever interviewer will ask to open DWLang, if they will ask directly, then it's good. If they will ask to open online tool, you should have idea like which tool is available and provided by MuleSoft, where you can write some MuleSoft script online. Okay, so this tool is dwlang.fun. Okay, and for learning purpose, what I suggested, you can go to MuleSoft document and from there you can learn. So you can use this tool at that place. Okay, now after that you should have good understanding of Anypoint platform, since nowadays like many project they are using Cloud Hub model. Okay, and you should have idea of deployment model also. So in MuleSoft we have 3 to 4 deployment model. First one is on-premise model, second one is Cloud Hub, third one is hybrid, fourth one is RTF model. So like as a beginner, you will not able to get in-depth knowledge of all the model, but at least try to get knowledge of on-premise, and Cloud Hub. Okay, RTF if you can, like nowadays many companies started RTF model also. If you can, it's well and good, but at least you should have idea of this two deployment model. Okay, so based on this Cloud Hub model, like they will ask many question on Anypoint platform. What is worker, what is auto discovery, what is API manager. Okay, those kind of question they may ask. What is design center. Okay, so for that you can go to Anypoint platform. Okay, here you can see like for design center they may ask. So here we generally used to create RAML, and you can create some Mule application also. But if you will create Mule application here, then you will have very less capability. You can't create means you will not get all the component and everything here when you will create Mule application. So for developing Mule application, you must prefer this Anypoint Studio software. Okay, and you can download this software here. While downloading, it will say like it's available for 30 days, but it's available for lifetime. That is that 30-day trial is for your Mule runtime, Mule Enterprise Edition runtime. You will get as a download here. That is like for that you have 30-day license, but for Anypoint Studio you can use lifetime. Okay, I downloaded this I think 2 years back. But you should keep updating. Like currently it's a 7.8 or 7.9, but I haven't updated from long time. So you can update, and you should keep latest version, since like in each version they are adding some capability. Okay, then you should have knowledge of few things like runtime manager, API manager, and access management. If you don't have much knowledge of these three, then it will work, but you should have knowledge of these three things, what we can do inside API manager. So inside API manager you can apply policy, SLA, and other thing. In runtime manager, like you can manage your deployed application, and access management, it's related to user, means you can create organization here, you can create group here, you can create user, you can give access. So all those things comes inside access management. So minimum you should have knowledge of these three part and this design center. Okay, on exchange also they will ask few questions. Okay, what is exchange, what is advantage of exchange. So whenever, like, it's a central repository, whatever we have Git or Bitbucket, that is central repository for anything, but this exchange is central repository for MuleSoft resource. Okay, if you go here, okay, you can use this exchange for learning also. Okay, so provided, go to this provided by MuleSoft, and you can search here some demo project also. Okay, you can search REST API. See, you will get some sample REST API. Workday HR system. So this application is connecting with Workday HR system. Okay, so you will get sample application here, and you can use this for learning purpose. Here you will get lots of things, not only sample application, you will get multiple connectors, templates, examples. Okay, in examples also you will get many things here. So this is Hello World application, how to use scatter gather flow, you can, but here you will get on very high level. So as a beginner, I'm not sure like you will able to understand everything or not, but if you are intermediate, then you can understand from here. But they will ask few questions on exchange, what is exchange, so you should be ready for that. Okay, then REST API. Since in MuleSoft mostly we create REST API, sometimes we used to create SOAP application also, but mostly you create REST application. You should have in-depth knowledge of REST application. Okay, so what is REST application, what all status code we have, then what all methods we have in REST application. Okay, generally they will ask about patch and put method. What is difference between patch and put method? Other method are very simple. Get and post everyone uses very frequently, but patch and put is a bit confusing, so you should focus on that. Then MuleSoft deployment model, as I told, like at least you should have knowledge of 2 deployment model. I'm not saying like you should have in-depth knowledge, but you should know what is on-premise model and what is cloud hub model. Okay, then RTF, if you can manage, then it's well and good. Okay, now connector wise, so I have created a list of connector. These connector are mandatory, like if you are going to apply for MuleSoft, then at least you should have idea of this much of connector. If you don't have this much of idea of this much connector, then it will be very difficult for you. So what all connectors? So this from here to here, these all are very frequent connector. Even I forgot to add few connector. HTTP, then what is spelling of socket? So this all connector you will use very frequently, like in every project you should have use of any one of this connector. Okay, a part of this connector we have Salesforce connector, since MuleSoft is acquired by Salesforce. So now in many projects you will get connectivity with Salesforce. Okay, so you can consider it as a mandatory connector, you should know. Then object store also you will use very frequently, and VM connector also you will use very frequently. Okay, so try to prepare have good knowledge of this much of connector minimum. Okay, a part of this, if you can learn few more connectors, then it's good, but at least you should have some POC or some hands-on on this connector. Okay, so like as I told, they will ask about your introduction, about project, then they will ask few question on component and connectors, and then there will be scenario based question. Okay, so mostly scenario based question will come on this topic: for each, parallel for each, scatter gather, batch processing, try block, error handling. So these are few favorite part, like where they will ask scenario based question. And on worker also, on worker generally they ask about this vertical scaling and horizontal scaling. Okay, for example, I am telling one scenario based question. So you created one API and you deployed on 0.1 vCode worker. okay, and that API can handle 100 requests in a minute. Okay, so for now your application is good, you deployed everything working fine. Now in future, yeah, like your application got busy, like they start getting too much traffic, and instead of 100 requests you are keep getting 150 requests in a minute. So in that case what will happen, like your server will get crash. Actually, if your server can handle, like your that application can handle only 100 requests, and you are asking that application to serve 150 requests. Okay, so in that case your like application may get down or may get like a crash. So in that case, like you can handle in 2-3 way. First way is you can apply one policy, that is rate limiting policy. So in what will happen in rate limiting policy, you will limit 100 requests in a minute. So after that, if new request will come, that request will be discarded directly. Okay, so that is first possible option. Second possible option, you can apply another policy, that is spike control. So in that case what will happen, it will serve 100 requests in a minute, and after that whatever request will come, it will go inside queue. Once 100 requests will be served, then it will take request from queue. Okay, but you want to make your application more real time and you don't want to like discard any request, then what you can do, you can do horizontal scaling. So what happen in horizontal scaling, for example, you deployed your application in one worker that can handle 100 requests. Now if you are getting 150 requests, then you will add one more worker, you will deploy same application on one more worker. Then now you have 2 workers that can handle 100 requests. So now you can achieve target of 150 requests.
Ravi, I have one question here.
Yes.
So how request gonna allocate that work? Is it for round robin fashion, or is there any specific mechanism that
I think it's random. It's random. It's there. I don't think they follow any mechanism. So means you have to use load balancer there. So load balancer will take care of that, and I think most probably load balancer allocate randomly, but they know what is capacity of each application. Okay. Okay, fine then. So like on this topic you will get scenario based question. So whenever I am saying scenario based question, means you should have in-depth knowledge of this component, otherwise you will not able to answer scenario based question. So what kind of scenario based question you will get for scatter gather? For example, you have means like you are creating one API, that API calling 4 external system. Okay, external system A, B, C, D. Okay, and in your your API getting request A. Okay, now okay, let me create one diagram for this, otherwise it will be difficult to explain this scenario. So I am giving just high level overview of 2-3. Anyone sending request? So for example, you want to develop one API. Okay, and you have to connect with 4 external system. Okay, so this one is first external system, second external system, third external system, fourth external system. So I am explaining request. It need request A payload and it will send response B payload. It will take request as a payload and it will send request as a C payload. Okay, A and B, C, these are payload. Okay? This one will take request. Can you mute yourself? Actually, I think someone is unmuted. It will take request A and it will send response B. And this one will take request as a B, C, and it will send response as a P. Okay, and here someone will call your API with request. Okay, now like you have here multiple way. So what two possible way you have? You will create, means your API will you will develop your API, and then first I am just telling one possible way. It can be best way and it can be worst way. I am not considering that. So here you are using HTTP requester. So this connector is used to connect with external system. If we have any REST API and we want to connect with that, so we use HTTP requester connector. So now we need 4 connector. Second connector, third connector. Okay, so using this first connector, I am connecting with this system. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Using this connector, I am calling this second system. Using this, I am calling third system. And using this, I am calling fourth system. For example, to call this API, we are taking 5 minutes. Oh, sorry, not 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Okay, to call this API, we are taking 4 seconds. To call this API, we are taking 4 seconds. To call this API, we are taking 2 seconds. Now if we will do sequential call one after another, so we are taking 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds. How many seconds we are taking? 8 to 10, 15 seconds we are taking. Okay, so this is one possible way, but in this way throughput of our API will not be good. If our API taking this much of time, then it will not consider as a efficient API. Okay, so what we can do here I observed like this API need request A, this API also need request A, this API also need request A, and I have request A at the starting of this process. So what I can do, I can do these 3 call parallel. So here what I am doing this 3 call parallel. So this API call taking 5 seconds, this API call taking 4 seconds, and this API call taking 4 seconds. Previously this 3 API call taking 5, 4, 4 means 5, 13, total 13 seconds. Now this 3 API call will take total how many seconds? 5 seconds only, since this one taking maximum. These 3 are running parallel. Okay, so within 5 seconds we are completing this 3 call. Since these 3 API are independent, these 3 API call are independent of each other. But if you will see this API call is dependent on this response of this 3 API. Once we will get response B, response C and response D, then only we will able to call this API. Okay, so that's why we will not able to make this as a parallel. Okay, this one will be sequential. Now what will be our overall execution time of this particular API? What is maximum time of this 3 call, parallel call? 5 seconds, 5 plus 2 seconds. So in 7 seconds we are completing this complete execution. So in this way, like they will give some scenario and they will ask how you will manage this call. Okay, so this particular like example is for scatter gather. So here you will use MuleSoft component, so you should have idea of which component you can use. So here to use 3 parallel call, we use MuleSoft component, that is scatter gather. Okay, so all these 3 call will come inside scatter gather. Okay, and inside scatter gather you can create multiple branch, all branch will be executed parallelly. So this kind of question you can you may expect from scatter gather scenario based question.
Ravi, in this case, how to handle the exceptions, or if one connector fails, and like remaining all will be
Okay,
failed, or
yeah.
how
So
to handle
like
that one?
if you want to, like if you have requirement, for example, if this API call will fail and you don't want to stop entire process, then what you need to do, you need to put try block here. Okay, so put this particular call inside try block, and in try block you means what is the use of try block? No, like you can handle error component wise. Okay, so if this component will fail, you can put on error continue. Okay, if you will put on error continue, so what will happen, even if this particular flow will fail, overall this flow is not failed, since this is inside try block and we are handling this try block with on error continue. So what is the meaning of on error continue? It will catch your error and it will send success. So this flow will be treated as success, and like then what will happen, overall this particular scatter gather flow will be treated as success flow. Okay, so like yeah, they can ask some cross question and they can add few more component. So for that actually you should have idea of, I think I mentioned try block also in this. Yes, try block. So they will ask some scenario based question on try block also. I hope you got your answer.
Yes, right.
Okay, fine. So now we'll move to next part. So this all about MuleSoft scenario. Now we will discuss
Ravi,
more.
hello.
Yes.
Now in telling try block now.
Yes.
In try block, if we are using global error handling, in global handling at first place we have on error propagate, and second we have on error continue. Then it will fail, no?
What I told, like in this try block you should use actually. Okay, let me show you.
What I'm asking is if we keep global error handling.
Yes, global error handling. Yes.
In global error handling, at first we will keep on error propagator. Second we will keep on error continue. Then
Okay.
it will go for on error continue or on error propagate.
Whatever you will put first, actually whatever first like whatever you will put, on error continue or on error propagate, there you have to choose like error type. Okay, based on your type, what kind of error it's throwing, based on type it will go to on error continue or on error propagate. Okay, wherever it will match its first type. Okay.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah. So based on type, it will go to particular error handle block. If it is on error propagate, then it will like this block will again in error. So what scenario he asked, like he want to continue even if like how he will handle error thing here. So you can use try block, and whatever scenario, if you want to continue, then you should use on error propagate. You should use on error propagate block to handle this. If you want to fail entire process, you can use on error propagate.
It's totally depend on error type, no?
Error type and how you are handling that error,
Okay, okay, thank you.
using on error continue block or on error propagate block.
Hello.
Yes.
What is the order of execution for HFN learning?
Okay, it will go from top to bottom. For example,
Suppose I am using here global and
okay, you
flow
want
level
to,
as well as
okay, got it.
component level.
Okay, so in that case, see what happened. Like if you are not using any error handling, then by default it will go to default error handler. So first thing is this. Okay. Second, if you are using global error handler, okay, and you configured with global error handler, then it will go to global error handler. And if that particular type, like whatever error type you raised, that error type is not available there, then it will go to default error handler again. Okay. Now if you have global error handler also and local error handler also, means you have that error handler in try block, particular try block also. Okay, in that case it will go to particular local error handler, it will not go to global. Are you clear with this?
Can you please repeat?
Okay, let me show you. See here I have this okay, means here we have global error handler, but we haven't defined here. Okay, so let it be. So here we have local error handler, means we have this particular flow, and with this flow we have error handler. Okay, if there will be any error, then it will go to this particular error handler. Okay, now it will check particular type is matching or not. If it is bad request, then it will this particular error handler block will handle this. If whatever error type we are getting, if it is not matching with any, then it will go to default error handler. Okay, now here if we have this local error handler also and this global error handler also, so we have to define, if we want to use global error handler, then we have to define it here. Then only it will go to global error handler. If you are creating global error handler and you are not referring here, then it will not go to global error handler. And now this error handler and global error handler will be worked as a combined. Actually, ideally, if you are using global error handler, then we should not keep it here. We should move all the error handler in global error handler. Okay, so whenever there will be any error scenario, it will go to global error handler. If global error handler is handling that particular error type, then well and good, otherwise it will go to default error handler. Okay, and default error handler we need not require to create, it will be created by MuleSoft application automatically, and that contains
Hello.
yes.
What type of errors to handle the default HFN learning? Because TTL also it handle, right?
Default error handler will handle all kind of error. Okay, it means default error handler contain empty on error propagate block. Okay, so it will handle any kind of error. Okay, and whatever empty on error propagate block will do, same behavior default error handler will do. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Yeah, so whenever you will create your mule application, it will create one default error handler which will contain empty on error propagate block. Okay, so whatever behavior of that empty on error propagate block will be there, same behavior will shown by default error handler. And if you are handling that particular error in your flow in any way, then well and good. If you are not handling, then it will go to default error handler automatically. Okay.
So Ravi, what are the integration platforms? Can we say to the interview, like what are the integration platforms you worked on? Means
Integration platform means integration technology you mean to say, or like heterogeneous system
Like-
you are saying?
no, not like that. Like what are the integrations you worked on? This I see these type of questions I'm facing from interviewer.
Okay, so that should be based on your project now. For example, I'm taking like the transport management system. So in that transport management system, we are connecting with database, we are connecting with external system, external API, REST API, and then front end will call our system. So like what all external system we have front end external system, we have third party APIs, and we have database. Okay, so whatever project you will select, that you like based on that project you have to explain like what all systems you are using.
Did you created any front end application for this transport management?
No, actually I'm calling from Postman. So whatever like so that experience API we are calling from Postman.
Okay.
So like us actually we can't develop everything now. Like that is POC project. Yeah. For
And
extra,
one more thing is, what is the level of using Java in Mule? Like when I went through the self-paced
yeah.
program in MuleSoft, I went through a module. Like the lecturer told to upload some Java file.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like previously, like when we were working on Mule 3, at that time like MuleSoft was too much dependent on Java, but slowly now they are removing dependency from Java. Okay, and now they are using OpenJDK also. Okay, so what I mean by they are removing dependency from Java, they are introducing more components, so you need not require to write any Java code. Okay.
Okay.
Still, like I will say, if you will do 100% development in MuleSoft, 90% development you will use component only, 5 to 10% you will use Java code. For example, like in like last 1 year, I worked on two Java part. One part where I want to create one security token. There I used Java. Yeah, both time I used for security token only. One time I was trying to connect with Azure Blob Storage. Okay. So due to some reason I was unable to call that Azure Blob Storage. I was unable to use Azure Blob Storage connector. At that time we decided to use like HTTP REST API call. Okay. If we are calling as a REST API call, then we have to pass one SAS token. Okay. And if I want to generate that SAS token, I was not feeling comfortable with MuleSoft, so I created Java code for that to generate that SAS token. Same when I was connecting with one third party API that was a banking API. So they had very complex logic to create one authorization token, OAuth token. Okay. So at that time also I written some Java code.
So
But
can
when-
we use a banking gateways also in the MuleSoft?
banking,
Like we use in for payments sections, we use banking payment gateways in the backend.
yeah. Actually, I have created one more project, but that one is paid one. So there
Okay.
actually we are connecting with external API. So in that project, to connect with external system, we are connecting with payment gateway. Okay. So yeah, to connect with payment gateway, actually I have integrated one payment gateway also. So actually that payment get, whenever you will have integration with any payment gateway or any banking API, that one will be very secured one. Okay, you can't make a single call and you will get response. You have to make 2-3 call to get response. First initial 1 or 2 call will be for authorization. Once you will authorize successfully, then you will get final response. Okay, and even in my
And
case,
Menu, what is, yeah, go ahead.
okay, even in my case, like in third call also I was not getting direct data. Even like in third call also I was getting encrypted data. So there was some algorithm to decrypt that data, and then I was getting some like final data. So whenever you will connect with any banking API, then that will be like big headache.
Yeah. And what is the other project is about? Like this is the transport one, and what is about the second project you are having, the paid one?
Okay, that one is actually a payment module that can be suitable for any kind of domain, like insurance domain, then retail domain. Everywhere, like we have same payment gateway structure. Like once payment gateway will receive payment, they will call your API and they will record transaction detail in database. Now there will be some failure scenario also, like if due to some reason that transaction failed to record in your company database, then you have to run some scheduler to get all the missing transaction and to record that transaction in database. So that is related to that one.
Okay. Can I consider that as the second project for this? Like you told to have
Yeah,
two
yeah.
projects in MuleSoft. Can I make that and can I show that as a second project?
Yeah, that one is more realistic project. You can consider that one.
Okay. So I will contact you later on this
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay. No problem. Yes. Okay. Now actually, like in project part, you should be more focused. So what all question they will ask on project? So I have created one note. Okay. So we'll discuss on this. So like as I told, you should have minimum 2 project. No matter it's a POC project or if you have worked on actual project, both are fine. So what all things you should know? So complete description of that project. You should have detailed idea of like what business you are trying to achieve using that project. Okay, so like 4-5 minutes you should able to tell. For example, this transport management, what we are doing, we are connecting with different vendor and we are getting their routes detail and schedule detail when they have flight or any other service. Okay, so you should have idea of business what you are trying to achieve. Then they will ask your role and responsibility, what you did in that project. So like my preferred option will be like you worked on individual contributor. It shows like you are more responsible. Okay, if you will say like I'm only developer, if you have 2-3 years of experience then you can say, but if you have more than 3 years, you should use like individual contributor. So you should be part of requirement gathering also and development also, and a bit in architect side like design and all. Okay, then you should have a clear idea of this deployment model. As I told, we have 3 deployment model. At least one you have to explain. They will ask which deployment model you followed in this project, so you should give in detail of that particular deployment model. If you are saying Cloud Hub, then they will ask more question on Cloud Hub. If you will say on premise, then you can like put question on some other head. So you can say like we have DevOps team, so they are handling all those things. So I just know like once I do development, I do code checking and they do deployment. If you are saying I'm in your project using on-premise model, but if you are saying Cloud Hub, then like as a developer, it's our responsibility to manage everything. Like you should know how to deploy, what is worker, how everything works, you should know. Okay, then third will be project.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I have one doubt. How to deploy the APIs in on-premises? Do you have any process?
Yeah, actually we follow here CI/CD. Actually in my project we have like Azure Cloud. On top of that we have this OpenShift. Okay, and we are deploying our application on OpenShift. So like we are creating pods. Like OpenShift is similar to Docker and Kubernetes. Okay, so it behaves similar to Docker and Kubernetes. So once we complete our development, we do code checking Okay, then we have Jenkins script to take code from Git server and make it deployable jar and deploy on as a pod on this OpenShift. Okay. And yeah, like you should have basic idea of CI/CD also. If you are not expert in CI/CD, then means that's fine. But you should know what is CI/CD. Like if you will say I don't know anything, then that will create problem. So at least you should know what is CI/CD, and you can say like we are following. You can follow on internet. Yeah, like you will get many things about CI/CD and try to understand that process. Okay. Then project lifecycle.
CI/CD means Jenkins that all only.
Yes,
No?
yes, yes. CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment.
Jenkins is there. No? What is that?
Yeah, Jenkins is one tool by which you can achieve this CI/CD part. Okay, there are many things like you can create Bitbucket pipeline, you can create Jenkins pipeline. I think we have some other application also by which you can achieve CI/CD.
What is the use of CI/CD then?
Okay, CI/CD, like if you do everything manually, then it will take lots of time and there will be more chance of human error. Okay, to avoid all those kind of thing, we use CI/CD. Like you will just do code checking and your checked in code will be deployed on server automatically. Everything will happen. Okay, so you can avoid human error and you can speed up your process.
Mandatory to learn CI/CD are most important.
No, as I told, like you should have basic knowledge of CI/CD for this point, but if you learn CI/CD, then it's good. Even I don't know how to write CI/CD script. I know CI/CD process. We follow CI/CD process. I know as a developer, but yes, I'm willing to learn that script, how to write a script also. Okay, since like whatever developer you are, like you are Java developer, .NET developer, if you have DevOps knowledge, then it's good for you.
Hi Ravi, I think in some companies CI/CD pipeline will be done with by Azure team.
Yes. Even in my company we have DevOps team, but like all client will not able to afford this separate team for CI/CD. So some client will say to developer only you have to develop. And for some client, like they have money, so they hire some, they create some separate
Yeah.
team.
Okay.
Generally, if you are following this on-premise model, then like there is lots of work for DevOps team. At that time, there will be separate team. But if you are using Cloud Hub now, most probably you will not get separate team.
In my current company, we are using both Cloud Hub and RTF.
Okay.
So,
for Cloud Hub and RTF is more like there you will get more convenience. So in that case, you will never get DevOps team in RTF model.
Yeah.
There they manage everything like Docker, Kubernetes. They manage everything using RTF. So you will get inbuilt package. So in that case, you will never get DevOps team. In Cloud Hub model, still there is a possibility you may get DevOps team, but RTF you can't expect.
Yeah, so need to handle by our own.
Yeah, and I think that like they do, means they give you like complete package. You just need to understand few things. It's not a difficult process. But if you are using on-premise model, then we have to do lots of things like generally, like in my company we are taking this third party what we have, from where we are getting request
Client.
no, actually we have everything from third party, like on management side, whatever things we have for logging.
Okay, right. Credentials and all.
Yeah, means we are not using AnyPoint platform at all. Okay, only we are using Mule runtime. Whatever facility we have in AnyPoint platform, we have different vendor for all those things. Okay, so for in that case, like DevOps team will have more work, so we have DevOps team. As a developer, if we will manage that thing also, then it will be very big headache.
Yes, yes. For my also in my project also, I don't have access to runtime manager, so uh, I need to ask everything for DevOps to do my
Yeah, actually they
pipeline.
in if you are using on-premise model, then like there will be many things they need to
Hmm.
configure. Okay, you have to configure, you have to manage all the like deployment server, then management server. So in that case, like developer will not able to do everything. So in that case, you need DevOps guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, after that, like project life cycle. So which life cycle model you are following, waterfall or agile? Okay, so nowadays most of the company using agile, so you should have idea of agile methodology and what is Jira and all. Whatever ticketing tool we have, you should have idea of that tool. Okay, they may ask like what is Jira, what is your sprint duration, how many API you are getting in one sprint. So you should have idea of agile, Jira, sprint. Okay, means all those things you should have basic idea. You should not be like pro in this, but you should have basic idea. What is sprint? How many day of sprint you have in your project? You should have that idea. Okay, then they will ask like how many API you developed till this point. Okay, so you can mention like whatever project you are showing based on that. Then project deployment model. Okay, we used multiple time I think. Okay, so deployment model, so as I told, like on-premise RTF or Cloud Hub you can mention. Then CI/CD and MUnit. These two are like you should have idea. Even MUnit, like you can say 70% project following this MUnit, 30% project not following MUnit. But if you have MUnit idea, then it's good, and if you have CI/CD idea, then it's good. If you don't have, you just can say like we are working on this part, still we haven't implemented. Okay, then this one will be your final and more important question: what challenge you faced in your project? Okay, so you should have some scenario ready where you can explain like this one was your challenging part. Okay, and how you resolve that one also should be ready, and that should be like whatever answer you will do, that should be more convincing. You can't say like I was unable to resolve that, so I ask my senior or someone. You should like tell them you work proactively and you resolve that particular part within timeline. Then only like they will be convinced. Okay, and you can like this question will be like 90% cases you will face this question. They will ask what challenge you faced in your project and how you resolved that. Okay, okay, fine then. So I'm done with this part. I have few questions, but I think I took too much time, so I'm not going to discuss all those questions. I will pass those questions. I have few questions I already created. Even those questions available on my Facebook group. You can refer that group and you can take from there. So these are few questions.
You can just paste all those questions in the
Yeah.
document, whatever you are.
Yeah, I will paste everywhere like a Telegram group, Facebook group, and WhatsApp group. You can take from anywhere.
Can you please share this document, Ravi?
Yeah, I will say. So here we have few questions which you will face very frequently. Okay, as I discussed what rate difference between rate limiting spike control. They will ask about what is RAML. Then error handling component they will ask.
If possible, if you have any scenario-based question, can you please share
Yeah,
that as well?
scenario based question also will be there, so you can search.
So, Ravi, in this document are same questions which are in Facebook.
Yeah, better. Yeah, I will suggest you just follow my Facebook group. So there I will keep adding. Actually, I have like 50 more questions, but I am not getting time to post. Okay. So I have collected from different resources, and I have many friends. They are giving interviews. So whenever they are facing problem, they are coming to me to discuss. Okay, so I collected all those questions, whatever question they are facing in recent interview. So I have 50 plus question, but I don't have time to post. So whenever I will get time, I will keep posting in that Facebook group. So you can collect from there.
So in this document you have